Before the video begins, I know it's been a while, and you know, it's my first video back in nearly a month, and I'll be honest, I was just lazy. I didn't have any exams to be honest, and I was mostly just revising by myself, and yeah, I didn't have much time for YouTube. My exams are 2 months away. I know I shouldn't even be doing this right now, 2 months away from exams, but I thought I shouldn't just, leave you guys hanging. Gave no explanation for my leave, and like a week ago, I was like, yo, guys, I know it's been 2 weeks, upload today, or it's been a week, maybe even 2 weeks ago, but I'm not sure. And, I felt bad, and I'm not gonna leave you guys like this. And I'm actually still revising right now. I'm about to start revision again, but I'm gonna edit this video and upload it. But anyways, sorry for taking a whole minute of your time. But I'll it won't be as regular. So like before, it was at least 5 videos, like 4 5 videos a week. I'll try to do 3 to 4. But if you guys don't get that threshold, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure you guys understand. I'm busy. GCSEs is a big thing in the UK. So like, if I fail, I can't really get into an A level course or next step of my education. Anyways, I hope you'll enjoy this video, my ducklings. Um, you're dismissed, and peace. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weeps here, and this is what if Naruto joined the Anbu, part one. Last, we begin this what if with Naruto being born as per normal, because we always have to begin with that. And of course, Naruto is quite strong already. He was physically strong since birth, and he was very smart. Not only did he get Kuchina's traits, but also Minato's, and he at a very young age he was already, well, training hard. At the age of 3, he was spotted by Danzo himself, and he saw little Naruto doing push-ups, sit-ups, and doing runs around the village. And not only that, once it was dark, Naruto would go into a forest and just meditate. Naruto wasn't scared, clearly, as there were creatures in the forest like serpents, those kind of animals that could hurt Naruto. And of course, Naruto wasn't scared of it. Danzo saw potential in this kid, and he was like, what a coincidence. He's the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails as well. He'll be a perfect subject. Anyways, now, of course, he wants to pretty much make Naruto a weapon of mass destruction or mass destruction. Anyways, now, of course, we go on to pretty much see Danzo taking in Naruto, as Danzo would lure him into the Anbu, telling him that there he can get much stronger. Now, Naruto would join, and the Hokage wouldn't be aware of this, as Naruto was made to promise that he won't tell anyone, even the Hokage, that he is, in the Anbu. As Naruto was told, clearly Naruto, well, is smart enough, and they did test his, ability in, his IQ basically, and Naruto's IQ was very high, clearly, as he nailed every single test, and he pretty much got top marks. Although he was just a child, Naruto spent a lot of time in studying, although remember he's only 3. Now, the army would actually raise Naruto, as they thought of Naruto like their own little brother, and at this tender age of 3, first of all, they didn't think he should be in the army as it's too dangerous, but Naruto wasn't participating in any particularly dangerous missions, only patrolling around the village, and he was specially trained by, of course, he was specially trained by Danzo, and then now, anywho, now Naruto would pretty much be there for 2 years and eventually meet Shisui. Shisui wanted to tell the Hokage as he looked at Naruto and he saw that Naruto shouldn't be here. It's not the right place for a kid like him to be. And I'm going to say Shisui was around. I'm going to say that Shisui was actually 3 years older than um, 3 years older than Itachi, so Itachi must have met him by now as well, as now Itachi is 10 and he was already in the army by now. No, wait, he was not. Sorry, I don't. Wait, was he? I'm confused. But I'm going to say that Shisui met Naruto when he was around. He's 8 years older than Naruto, so Naruto's five, around 13, and Shisui only had 3 more years, and that makes sense because Naruto was 8 when Shisui died, and he was around 16. Anyways, now of course, Naruto, as Shisui was about to leave the compound, Naruto would actually be waiting for him outside and told him not to tell the Hokage, as he did this out of his own free will. He knows that the Anbu is bad, but there aren't bad people in it. It's only Danzo that he knows that is bad. He's not there to work for him, but he's there to work for himself. He's there to improve on his own abilities. And Shisui was taken aback how Naruto well, deduced that he wasn't going to tell the Hokage. He asked him, how do you know that I'm going to tell the Hokage? What proof do you have? Naruto then says, I can see it in your eyes. Now, Shisui, please, um, I'm asking you to not tell the Hokage, please. And of course, Naruto saying please was enough for Shisui to actually agree to it, as he doesn't want to, get in an argument with Naruto, as clearly he's not in the mood. And of course, Shisui then's like, all right, as long as you don't go in and do anything reckless, as you're only 5. And Naruto says, I'm not even allowed to go on a mission outside the village yet, so I don't think I can. Anyways, thanks for worrying. Of course, Shisui was okay with it, and here Naruto would have been raised by the Hanbi, so he would have had like some people who he really likes. I'm not going to say who, as they won't be really relevant eventually. Well, soon enough, you'll understand why. And anywho, now, of course, Naruto, who was now 6 at this age, his little friend group, except for Shisui, was on a mission, and that mission turned out to be, well, pretty deadly for them. They never returned. They actually died on that mission, and word came back from one survivor who wasn't even part of Naruto's little friend group in the Anbu, or the people who really liked him a lot, treat him like their younger sibling. Naruto was devastated by this, and he couldn't hold in the tears. Well, obviously, he's just a child. Now, of course, Naruto didn't show up for the next 3 months to the Anbu, but there was one person that kept, well, not bugging him, but visiting his home, and that was Shisui. And of course, Itachi came here, well, here and there, not every day, but still. Shisui visited Naruto every day, and Naruto and Shisui built a little connection with each other. Naruto's only 6, and Shisui would be around, if I can do my math right, he would be around 14 now. Of course, Naruto was already acquainted with Shisui. He kind of liked him as well, and their bond just got even stronger as soon as Shisui well started caring for him a bit more. And now Naruto is very strong. If I haven't mentioned it yet, he is a prodigy. He learns really fast. He was already on some Anbu's level, and the people, well, the people that Naruto considered as his own family at that point, of course, who just died. Um, they were really strong. There weren't well, there weren't any weak people there. They were all strong. In fact, some of the best Anbus there, and they just didn't. They weren't only on the root Anbu, but they were also Anbu of the Hokage. But they never told on Naruto, as clearly Naruto is like their little brother. And now, and if uh, well, they told the Hokage their time with Naruto would be significantly shortened, and they wouldn't want that. Of course, they made sure that Naruto was always safe, and they would. Oh wait, one sec. Sorry about that. Anyways, now, as I was saying, Naruto is very strong as well, and course, now Shisui would be training him. Shisui would teach Naruto on how to use a body flicker just as well as him, and Naruto would get a hang to it. And he already knew the body flicker, but anyways, he would become good friends with Itachi as well. And Itachi would treat him as his own younger sibling as well. And Naruto was happy. He never really met Sasuke as he never really wanted to. And anywho, now, of course, the years went by, and Naruto, Shisui, and Itachi would know how to use the crow substitution. And anywho, one day, of course, Danzo decides to, do a madness, get Shisui's left eye or right eye, I can't remember, but he decides to take one of Shisui's eyes, and I was so off. It was actually his right eye, and then you now Itachi would find him, and Naruto would actually not be there as he wasn't really aware of anything, and Itachi had a hunch. Now, Shisui asked Itachi to. He would ask to call Naruto. Naruto would arrive, and Shisui would tell Naruto that it's his time to go, and he's sorry. And of course, he says goodbye to his friend as well. And he takes out his other eye, his left eye, and tells Naruto to use it to his best of his abilities. And he tells him to not not mourn his death and not become depressed like he did last time, but to look forward to what he can do in life and to leave the Anbu as soon as possible. Itachi would listen, and of course, Itachi would ask, "What about your, Mangekyo?" And Shisui says Naruto will use it to his best of his abilities. As long as he can use it, whatever he does with it, I believe it's the best option for the leaf. I'm sure he'll protect the leaf with everything he's got. Right, Naruto. Naruto nods with tears in his eyes as he loves the Leaf Village. Although people hate him, he loves them. He is he wants to become Hokage one day. Yes, as per normal, but he doesn't resent the villagers at all. In fact, he that's more of an incentive for him to become the Hokage. Now, Shisui would cough out some more blood as he would say, "All right, I think it's time." As he looks back at them, although having no eyes, kind of ironic. He looks at them, he faces them, and says he's sorry as he falls backwards. And Itachi unlocks his Mongekyo. Naruto on the spot takes out his left eye and implants his Shisui's eye. And anywho, now, of course, we would see a Naruto using the Mangekyo Sharingan, and Naruto has a lot of chakra. So the Mangekyo and the Sharingan won't take much chakra from him as he has so much of it anyways. Now, of course, Shisui tells Naruto that he needs to get that fixed, healed, and Naruto says it's fine, it'll heal on its own. Itachi then says no, and as he says that, Naruto looks at him as he has tears in his eyes, and blood was streaming, a drop of blood was coming out of his eye, as those were tears of blood, tears of real pain. Now, Itachi would cry with him as he takes him to the hospital, and Genjutsu is a nurse or a medical ninja to actually heal Naruto's eye, and then he releases the Genjutsu as they leave, and the medical ninjas like, what was I doing here? Why is there so much blood? But anyways, now, of course, they clean her up, and Naruto now is at home. Itachi tells Naruto that they might not see each other as much from now on, as clearly he's no longer part of the Anbu. He needs to leave. Naruto nods, saying that he's always going to be his older brother, and tells that to Itachi, and really hopes nothing bad happens to his last remaining family. Itachi nods, saying that he won't die, he will live. Of course, this being a foreboding to the original, but this is my what if karma. Of course, a few months later, Naruto enrolls into the academy, and he's no longer part of the army, but he still wasn't. Well, he actually wasn't going to enroll in the academy as he kind of didn't want to become a ninja anymore. His training regime just stopped as where he used to train with Itachi and Shisui. He just never showed up there. Itachi realized that as he sometimes would go past there and never see Naruto. Well, I say sometimes, but every day, whenever he could, and even send the crow to just watch out and to see Naruto. But all he ever does, Naruto is always at home. He's not depressed, well, he is, but the day before the well, a week before the academy began, Itachi went to Naruto's home and he told him that he has a younger brother and his younger brother wants to be just like him, and of course he thinks of Naruto as his younger brother as well, and he wants Naruto to, you know, look to the future, look forward to life in life, and not be shut up in his home and not training anymore, as he's going to get weak if he does that. He has many things to learn. Although he's already strong for an 8-year-old, Johnny level, he has many things to learn just about life and how to do missions, as he never really went to a mission outside the village. Naruto finds new motivation and tells and promises, well, Itachi that he'll train hard, he'll enroll into the academy, he'll make friends and find people that he wants to protect. Itachi looks unhappily, saying that you know that's exactly the Naruto I know, and now he would then leave to allow Naruto to do what he needs to do, and now, of course, he sheds a tear as he knows what he's about to do. Of course, now we would go on to see pretty much Itachi kill his whole entire clan, and Naruto would actually find out about this, and he would ask why. He wouldn't want to pretty much kill Itachi or anything. He just wants an answer. He knows that Itachi must have had a massive reason. And anywho, now, of course, he makes some research and using his little Anbu little skills, here and there. He remember he's an S-rank shinobi. Um, he would sneak around the Anbu files and find out that there was a Uchiha coup d'etat in the horizon, and Naruto realizes that he added 1+1. He realizes that if a coup d'etat happened, not only would Itachi have to fight for his clan, but also Sasuke and many children would have died for no reason, and Sasuke would have been one of those few casualties. And he adds 1+1. He must have been given, you know, an option to either kill the clan and let his brother live, or you know, to allow the coup d'etat to happen and die with his clan, and his brother would die too. Itachi would never want his younger brother Sasuke to die, and he realizes that it must have been for him. Naruto realizes how you know Itachi is a great man, and he wants to help him out. He will look after Sasuke. He will pretty much take care of him. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, now, of course, Naruto would continue training and he would make friends with only two other people. He would try to make friends with with the Sasuke, but clearly Sasuke didn't want to have it. And then now, he would make friends with Shino. Oh no, not Shino, but Kiba and Shikamaru. But of course, Shino would be one of his friends as well, and also Kiba. And anyways, those five would be pretty good friends. And anywho, we would see pretty much Hinata still liking Naruto, although Naruto wasn't really, well, looking for a love interest. He does realize that he's being followed pretty much every day, and this motivated her to train a bit harder as well, as she saw how hard Naruto trains every single day. And anywho, now, of course, the years would pass on, and Naruto would obviously walk around with a mask on or a well, something to cover his eye. He would actually walk around like Kakashi, as he thought maybe covering his eye would be fine, but with the mask on as well, it just looks a bit better. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm joking. That's Kakashi's thing. He would walk around like Obito would, the Obito that we saw in those little, you know, dreams of Obito, where he was the Hokage with just one eye open. You know, Obito, my favorite character. Anyways, now, of course, Naruto would walk around like that, and people would ask what happened, and some people thought, he went blind on one eye and would celebrate. Others would ask, his friends would ask, but Naruto said that he'll never reveal it. He'll only reveal it one day. Maybe one day he'll really reveal it, and then if you now. Anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Team 7 would be created after 4 years of being in the academy, being bored. Naruto would have had no bond with Iruka, of course, and I was thinking of Iruka, but at the same time, Shikamaru's name popped up, and you know how they have similar haircuts. Yeah. Anyway, we would see Naruto and Team 7 pretty much meet Kakashi for the first time, and Kakashi would be late a few hours. Naruto knew about it. He knew that as soon as he heard Kakashi's name, he knew, okay, so we're gonna be here for a few days. Anyways, now, of course, days is a hyperbole if you didn't realize, and now we would go on to see pretty much Naruto and Team 7 tell each other or introduce themselves. Of course, Sakura would go first, having the same things, always looking at Sasuke, always saying, "Oh, my likes Sasuke dislikes Naruto," and the Inu Pig, she dislikes Naruto because Naruto seemed like someone who's trying to be like Sasuke, and clearly Naruto wasn't. He was only cool. That's why she thought that he was trying hard to be like Sasuke, but clearly not. Anyway, now Sasuke would still say that he wants to rebuild his clan and he wants to kill a certain someone, and Naruto knows who this someone is, and he's like, "Yeah, I won't let that happen." And anyways, now Naruto would go next, and Naruto would say that he wants to become Hokage one day, and he wants to make sure that you know he never loses anyone important ever again. And Kakashi was like, I wonder what he means by that. And obviously Naruto meant that he won't lose someone like Itachi or Shisui or anyone from the on or people like those other little friends of his from the Anbu and anywho now. Of course, then we would see pretty much Naruto. The Kakashi, sorry, explain to them that tomorrow they will have an exam, and Sakura will be like, "What do you mean exam? We just had one the other day, yesterday." And just saying, the music thing happened, and yeah, it just happened. Of course, well, Naruto and Sasuke weren't too fussed about it, but Kakashi tells them that this exam will be your real exam, and you know you can't say anything about it. So like, jokes on you. And anyways, now Sakura was bombed out, but we go on to see pretty much Team 7 meet up the next morning, except for Naruto, as Naruto would come late, just like Kakashi would. And anyways, now we would pretty much see Team 7 take the bell test, or when Kakashi and Naruto arrive at the same time. Naruto came late and he had breakfast as Kakashi said not to, but he didn't care. And anywho, now once Naruto arrived, of course, Kakashi would go on to ask them, you know, did they eat Naruto? And they all say no, except for Naruto, who said, "Nah, I ate. I don't care. I ate because I wanted to eat." And obviously, this kind of was like, Kakashi was like, "God damn, well, he's kind of smart." And anyways, now he never really knew that Naruto was part of the Anbu. He always thought that he was a calm child, and he used to go out a lot because he wasn't at home, according to the Hokage. But anyways, now of course, we would now see pretty much Naruto and Team 7 begin the belt test. Naruto would actually want to test out Kakashi, as he always heard that, Kakashi was one of part of the Anbu. He was in Itachi's team and he was a very strong shinobi, like extremely strong. Kakashi of the Sharingan, the copy ninja, the ninja that knows over 1,000 jutsus. Naruto then actually begins the fight by asking Kakashi whether he actually knows 1,000 jutsu or even more. Kakashi nods, saying yes, but why? Naruto then says, "Oh, well, I kind of wanted to know you because, I heard a lot about you. And, anyways, how about we fight?" As he says that, he pretty much body flickers right in front of Kakashi and tries to kick him right in the face. And Kakashi was confused on, you know, well, what he was trying to do. And clearly, Naruto wanted to kick him. And, anyways, now, of course, he was confused on how fast he was, as he barely was able to get, well, well, sorry, not get, but stop his kick. And anywho, now, of course, Kakashi was very impressed by Naruto's speed, but he goes on for a roundhouse kick, which Naruto was able to dodge. But Kakashi wasn't now done there, as Kakashi instinctively used a fireball jutsu. He couldn't even get his book out, and he used the fireball jutsu while Naruto was mid-air, which Naruto said no to, and pretty much did a bunch of hand seals and said, wind style, wind vacuum bullet," as he pretty much shot out a wind bullet from well, he made a gun shape. Well, not gun shape. How can I say this? You know, the instant transmission that Goku uses. He pretty much made that sign with his or well that hand gesture and pointed at right in the middle of the fireball jutsu, and pretty much Naruto fired it off, and that wind vacuum bullet pretty much absorbed went through the fireball jutsu, and since it was spinning very rapidly, Naruto Naruto's attack pretty much gained the fire release, and it pretty much became a wind and fire vacuum bullet, which was heading straight towards Kakashi, which Kakashi had to dodge. And as he did, of course, he created a massive explosion, actually breaking the ground beneath Kakashi, or the ground that Kakashi was standing on a second ago, and it was very dangerous. Now, Kakashi was gobsmacked, but Naruto wasn't done there. He wasn't going to just stand there and allow him to recover, but Naruto was going to continue his attack, and he did continue his attack. Anyways, now of course, Kakashi was very surprised, but anyways, Naruto wasn't going to just let him stand there, as I said before, and as he continued his attack, Kakashi was very surprised at Naruto's speed, but he would use his own body flicker, which would actually allow him to go nearing Naruto's speeds. Naruto wasn't exactly the same, exactly just as fast as a Shisui. He could use the body flicker just like Shisui, but Naruto needs more training. Those little months that he's missed out in his training really, you know, were very harmful to him, or harmful to his growth in training, and anyway, in his growth, you know what I mean, right? Anyways, now of course, Naruto was very angry with himself because he realized that if only he continued training those few months that he wouldn't be in this situation. He'd be able to fight Kakashi easily, and he wouldn't be struggling right now. And this kind of pissed him off, like literally. Inside, he was dying. He's like, "Fuck, I should have trained." But it is what it is, Naruto continues to be Naruto, and continues his attack over and over again until Kakashi had enough, and he actually used a few combos on Naruto, and he was about to pretty much end Naruto right there and then. But as Naruto was about to get hit right in the stomach, Naruto actually used his substitution, which actually well was surprising to Sasuke, because he's seen his brother use it once against him. One day he was training with Itachi, and he's seen Itachi using it, and Naruto is using it now. Like, what is going on? And he's like, nah. He comes out and he asks Naruto. Well, he comes next to Naruto and says, "Listen, we can fight together." I don't know why, but I came to the conclusion that we won't be able to beat him alone, but together we might have a chance. But how do you know that technique? Naruto then says, "I learned it myself." Of course, Sasuke was like, "I find it hard to believe. I tried, but it was impossible." As he says that, they both pretty much get attacked by Kakashi, and he says, "There's no time for talking. There's only time to fight." And of course, Naruto and Sasuke were ready to fight Kakashi, and anywho, of course, they weren't going to just allow him to win, and the two actually fought together. Naruto, remember having all five chakra natures. Of course, I didn't mention that as usual because I keep forgetting, but Naruto, having all five chakra natures, would use water release as well, and pretty much create a water tsunami, which would hit Kakashi, and Kakashi was confused on what just hit him, and he was like, "Kids should not be able to use that. What's going on here?" And Obviously, Naruto was not a kid, he was very strong, and this allowed him to use a lightning stream, which would paralyze Kakashi for enough time or long enough for Sasuke to use as a fireball jutsu, which would hit Kakashi, and Kakashi's vest would be burnt up. And it was like, God damn, these kids, they're different. they're very different. They're not normal. They are strong. And anyways, now obviously this attack kept going and going and going until Kakashi had enough. He was frustrated a little bit. And he's like, I've had enough of you kids. As he says that, he pretty much goes on the offensive and attacks them. But out of nowhere from the forest, pretty much a few kunais and shuriken came badly thrown, but still they came out, and Kakashi had to dodge them in case he got hit. And Sakura was like, "You're not going to touch my Sasuke." And pretty much Kakashi looks where they came from, and he sees Sakura. Now, of course, Team 7 was fighting together, and this was the opportunity for Naruto to actually strike. Naruto would have actually, well, sneaked up using his, stealth abilities that he learned in the Anbu. He pretty much used these abilities to the fullest, and clearly they came in clutch as he was able to take two bells and give one to Sakura, as clearly she was the main distraction that actually allowed him to attack Kakashi and get the bells, and he gave one to Sasuke. Sasuke was like, "Why me? Why not yourself?" And Naruto says, "Why should I keep it for myself when you two helped me out a lot?" And obviously, Sasuke smiles and says, "Maybe I should have befriended you before, but it's never too late, is it?" As Sasuke looks at Naruto, and Naruto finally, befriended Sasuke, is like, it's never too late. And obviously, the two finally became friends, blah blah blah. And now, Sasuke had respect for Naruto pretty much, and of course, this would in turn mean that Naruto has finally, uh, got one step closer to fulfilling the little promise that he made to Itachi. Although Itachi doesn't know about it, he made a promise to himself to protect Sasuke, and of course, he kind of wanted to be Sasuke's friend as well. He wanted to know how, you know, Itachi's younger brother behaved. Did he behave be similar to him? Be similar to, you know, who knows, himself, of course, maybe Itachi, but who knows. Now, obviously, um, Naruto and Sasuke would actually fist bump for the first time. And anyways, now Naruto would be questioned by Sasuke. How does he actually know that technique? And he says that there was someone else that he knew, and he pretty much sorry about that. My sister always my sisters always smashing the door. I fucking hate it. And anyways, now uh, obviously he's sorry about that, by the way. It's just my frustration. Naruto and Sasuke would then leave. Well, not leave, but Kakashi would ask Naruto where he got all that strength from. Naruto then would smile and says, "Find out yourself." And anyways, of course, Kakashi just smiles and says, "Just like Kushina." And now, obviously, Naruto would have pretty much been happy with himself. He did something today. I say he did something today. He clearly, you know, made improvements with the Sasuke's relationship, and he also, he finally pretty much became again an actual ninja. And anyways, he was very happy, and we would basically go on to see Team 7 pretty much do their first ever D ranked mission, and their first ever D ranked mission wasn't all that. It wasn't fun at all, especially for Naruto and Sasuke. But Naruto's okay with it, although he's been doing this for a long while. It is what it is. He just has to deal with it. He knows that this is the way to become a real ninja, and he can't be an illegal Anbu without the permission of the Hokage. Anyways, now, of course, the Hokage didn't even know he was part of the Anbu, but eventually Naruto will tell him. Now, of course, in reality, the Hokage actually did know about Naruto being in the Anbu. He did find out. Uh, Shisui and Itachi didn't tell him, but right before Itachi left, he did tell him everything about Naruto. Naruto's very strong. He hasn't turned out bad. He wasn't. He didn't. Well, he was a very. Well, he kept his word where he wasn't going to pretty much become uh, someone who doesn't care about anything but killing, or just doing missions and helping the leaf, but also being his own person, as well, the Hokage knew that he well the fourth wouldn't want his son to be part of the Anbu, and so he wasn't going to allow his son to be part of the Anbu. But if his son went into the Anbu without his permission, he didn't really know about it, so he's calm in it. But anyways, now of course he always knew, but he never told Naruto that he knows because he didn't want Naruto to like you know feel remorseful for not telling him before. But anyways, now he seems like he's having fun with his team. And anyways, a month would go past, and Kakashi would actually start training Sasuke, and Naruto would pretty much be training on his own, as he doesn't really need training from anyone, if we're being honest, as Naruto is already very strong. Uh, Anywho, now of course Naruto and Sasuke do hang out here and there. They do train sometimes together, but anyways, Sasuke would learn his Chidori during this 1 month. Naruto would be very strong, as I said many times before. He's actually one of the strongest ninjas in the Leaf Village, if we're being honest. But anyways, now Naruto would finally take into account that he's the Nanto's Jinchuriki, and maybe he should start training in, or well, he should start finding a way to actually communicate with the Nantos and maybe make a deal with him to work together instead of him trying to always break the seal, because he can feel him trying to break the seal and sometimes boosting his chakra with his own and weakening the seal in the process. Naruto has always felt that, and he actually started working. He knows he can feel the seal becoming much weaker over time. And anyways, now of course he didn't particularly like it, but he kind of was like the stupid fox always trying idiot, real idiot, isn't he? And anyways, now of course we would pretty much see Naruto and the Nantos interacting for the first time during this 1 month, as well hold on, Naruto pretty much saying to the Nantos, hey, listen, we are kind of partners if you think about it, and you know, it might be good if we work together sometimes. The Nantos just says, no, we'll never work together. I'll never work with you. That's for sure. And Naruto says, but why? And not Sasuke. The Naruto says that he's never going to work with humans. They're all wretched. They're all pretty much. He says that they're not worth trusting, as Naruto was that, but why, if we didn't really do anything? And well, of course the Nantos knows what they've really done, and he says, you may not have been alive, but these humans, they're much worse. Well, the beings that you don't want to mess with. They always lie. They will always hurt others, their own kind or someone else's kind. It doesn't matter who. Tail beasts, humans, they're all the same to them. Enemies. Of course, Naruto saw, well, could understand how the Nantos felt, always being treated as a a beast, nothing else, nothing, like literally just a beast. All the times he was considered as a beast, like a weapon. And he would feel bad for the Nantos, and he would actually walk towards the gate, and the Nantos started roaring at Naruto, saying, get away, don't get any closer. And the Naruto say that he's sorry for him, as he would actually touch his palm, that was against the gate. It wasn't a palm, but his claw. And the Narutos would say, damn brat. Anyways, now, of course, we would see pretty much Naruto and the Nantos have a little bit of an interaction as usual. Well, not as usual, but anyways, Naruto would keep interacting with the Nantos over and over again, and eventually the Nantos was like, stupid brat. And he no longer really cared, to be honest. Anyways, now, of course, now we would see pretty much the Nantos and Naruto become a bit more acquainted. But anyways, it's been a full month, and Team 7 wants a high ranked mission. They don't want to go on these D ranked missions over and over again, and even Naruto asked for it, and the Hokage was like, the Hokage had a soft spot for Naruto. He was like, yeah, 100%, you're going on a mission. Alright, so you're gonna go and escort the builder Tazuna. And of course Naruto was happy that he's finally getting you know a new mission, and it's not going to be one where he's catching a cat or something. And anyways, now the Land of Waves mission would begin as per normal, with Team 7 actually leaving the next day. And obviously walking by a puddle, which of course Sasuke and Naruto realized what it was, as they've they've been training for the whole month and they've been paying attention to the weather, unlike someone in their team. And of course, the bridge builder wouldn't really care if there was a puddle there or not. But anyways, now obviously they know that this is a substitution, and we would go on to see pretty much team, well, both Naruto and Sasuke uh realize, and of course Kakashi realize that, this isn't normal. There shouldn't be a puddle. It hasn't been raining in how many days? In a full month. So why is there a puddle in the middle of the way? And now, obviously, they realized that this is a substitution. And as soon as the two demon brothers arrived, they were like, "Nah." Naruto and Sasuke both attacked and pretty much broke the chain between them, and basically annihilated them. They tied them up, and in the end, of course, they would question the two, and the two would come clean and say that they were sent by Gato to bring the bridge builder's head to him, and this obviously didn't go too well with Kakashi. Was like, you lied about your mission, or the rank of this mission, and you nearly got my whole team killed. So like, what's going on? I'm not gonna take this mission, as clearly it's not well, what you paid for, or told us about. Of course, Tarzana says, I have to get there as fast as possible. I don't have the you know money to pay for a higher rank mission. I'm so sorry. But and Naruto had pity. Naruto's like, hey, listen, Kakashi Sensei, it's not worth apprehending him or scolding him. Let's just take the mission and just get over and done with. Kakashi says, Naruto, you don't understand. This is a very dangerous mission. Clearly, there were two tuning ranked shinobi that attacked us, and Naruto says, exactly, two tuning ranked shinobi and lost to us. Both me and Sasuke are Genins, so clearly they must be weak. They're not as strong as you think you. We're not as weak as you think you are, Kakashi Sensei. Kakashi then goes on to say, "I don't think you're weak. I'm saying that it's it's not proper protocol to take you guys on such mission." Now Naruto would argue back, and Sasuke would say, we have, you know, uh, killed them, and well, not killed them, but defeated them, and so Kakashi in the end, you know, would cave in and would say, all right, but if anything or anyone who is a jonin, or at any moment I say that you guys cannot engage the enemy, you will not engage the enemy, and it will just be me, okay? I cannot put you guys in that kind of danger. I will not risk anything. Obviously, Kakashi doesn't want to lose his team like he once did. You know, Obito, his team that he once had. But anyways, now, of course, he cared more for the people that he had to look after. He cared for his team, of course, but over the mission and the what it could mean for the Leafs' reputation. He did not care about the Leafs' reputation over someone's life anymore, not like he used to. He is basically like his father. He understood how his father felt or must have felt like. And anyways, now, of course, that's mostly thanks to Obito. And anywho, now we would go on to see Team 7 continue the mission and go up against Zabuza. And that is where I'm going to end off. I will cover the Zabuza fight and the rest of the Land of Waves and the Chunin exams and some more next part, but I'm going to end off here. I know it's a bit of a cliffhanger, but it's not really a cliffhanger. But anyways, my darkness, you're dismissed. This was the King of Weebs, and peace.